Aloha and welcome to the PUNAtic slug match every quarter decade. No, it doesn't really work like that, does it? Four is not a quarter of a decade.
40% of a decade.
Um, not biannual, quintannual slug match between the top Republican and the top Democrat among the islands. We all know who's going to win, but we're going to try make this fun and entertaining as we introduce our standing probably winner of this match. Everybody's looking in the corners like, yeah, he's going to win. First of all, he's blue. So, but with us,
I mean, in Hawaii, that's usually the way it goes. But, once in a while, like those odds get thrown off. Weird shit happens, like, 9/11.
And I will be your referee this evening. I am ref. And with us, occasionally throwing blows himself against whoever fuck he likes, because this is a cage match where he's just thrown in, has no effect on the result. It is Dr. Deadbeat. Doctor, how you feeling tonight?
I got my tools ready to go. When the slug match happens, I'll fix up the losers and keep them going so we can go the whole 12 rounds.
Now, everybody was wondering, since your comment last time, have you lubed up your big buff guy yet?
No, we don't have enough oil yet, is the problem.
Oh, because
we need gallons and gallons, and really, I've only got a couple of pints.
We've all seen the famous techniques of 1999 of giant buff guy really oiled up, could not be stopped. We all wanted to see a rematch. We were hoping for it, but thanks for disappointing us. Let's move on to the main event.
Disappointment's what I do, man.
Again, we are here to introduce our next. Okay, sorry. Got to go through the formalities. Our contender for King Governor Puppet of Hawaii. One, Dr. Josh Green, or Joshua Booth Green.
A fellow doctor. I'm sure our credentials are equal.
Very much so. Let's see. He was born in Kingston, New York.
Wrong Kingston.
He was raised in Pennsylvania, got his bachelor's degree. Oh, shit. Wait. Before I start this, how disrespectful of me. I forgot to play our national anthem. I forgot before every sports match, we need to play our national anthem. Please, everyone stand. Put your hand on your heart and silently listen to our Hawaiian national anthem. This is Brudda Is with Hawaii 78.
Woo!
I feel free now. It's just confined, My mom was born in Niihau. My dad was born here. Well, my dad was, he worked for the Navy down in PWC, Public Works, down Pearl Harbor. Oh, my mother was tight there. It was tight. My papa was tight. My papa died when he was years. I was 10, I think. I was 10 years old. But every once in a while, you come back, you know. Fuck, I trip. Just like a couple of weeks ago, I was sleeping at my place. And then my mother and Auntie Mina came. Would they feel? Would their smiles be content then and cry? Cry for the gods, cry for the people, cry for the land that was taken away, and then yet you'll find a way. He loved music, bro. He had a massive heart attack. The weight and just depression, but he was real depressed. I was on the same course he was going, and he know that too. And that's why he came back and told me that, yeah, because he did come back. He told me that, yeah, because, you know, don't be scared. These people here for help you, man. It's kind of like telling me if he had them, he would still be here. I still believe that if he called me, he'd be alive. Because he died of a broken heart, bro. How would he feel? Would his smile be content and cry? Cry for the gods, cry for the people, cry for the land that was taken away, and then yet you'll find a way. Wamba kea o ka aina I ka pono o Hawaii. Wamba
I love the mixture of like the talking and the singing, and like it just like gives a great personality to.
Fucking great musician, gone way too early.
And that was Brother Israel off the Facing Future album, which everyone should have if you're patriotic. Now that he has blessed us, we hope to enjoy this, what we hope to be a great bloodbath tonight.
Woo!
All right. Again, our blue contender is not from the islands. Can I get all the boos? Boo.
Boo.
But he's blue. Yay.
It's always weird when that happens. You know, it's just like people not from the islands running the islands. It's always just feels wrong.
Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you a bit about his career, and maybe you'll see whether you believe this outsider should be able to. That is the challenge for you tonight, because last time I was just trying to, educate you in the trickery of what he's trying to do, what I believe he's trying to do. Uh-huh. This one, there's less of that. So I'm going to try to convince you that this outsider can run your thingamabobs, could run our state. Again, He is from Kingston, New York. Raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he earned his bachelor's degree and MD at Pennsylvania State University. And in 2000, he came to Hawaii, serving in the National Service Corps as a physician for the Big Island. He was the emergency room physician for Kohala and Ka'u. So, like, really far the fuck out there.
Oh yeah, middle of nowhere basically.
Yeah, and Big Island has shit health service.
Yeah, even in the major cities, it's not good.
Yeah, even the Hilo, the major city. You can't tell I'm doing air quotes. Sorry.
It's not even good in Oahu.
Well, it's much better in Oahu.
Oh, it's
They have
better.
a
It's
lot
just
of specialists and shit.
it's always terrible to have to jump on a plane to go see a specialist.
Yeah, or wait till like, oh, your specialist moved. And so many times, people I know like need an important surgery or operation done, and like the specialist is not on island or has moved and didn't tell them, or is bullshit. The people have to go through here just to get some adequate health care. But he worked in the emergency room in Kohala and Ka'u. Again, the National Health Service Corps is a federal program to pay off people's student loans and stuff by sending doctors to underserved areas. So that's why this Pennsylvanianer came to the Big Island. And I got a great song that I think applies to. I just want to play this song, and I see a connection somewhere. This is a Medicine by the Squids. Just because it's a great song, it applies. Sure, let's say that. But yeah, there he witnessed just how shitty our healthcare system here is.
Oh yeah.
Which is one of the main reasons he wanted to get into politics. Squids with Medicine. Off of, it was not off of anything. It was never released. I happen to have psychic powers, which I have created it from the ether of the past. Doctor, would you agree? Could you corroborate my technical know-how?
We had to open a portal, and that took a lot of technical engineering, and I completely can vouch for that.
See, one witness makes it true. Yes.
Substantiated in a court of law, allegedly.
So he came to Hawaii in 2000, age 30. And then 4 years later, he decided, man, this place has some shit fucking healthcare and people are suffering. I should run for office. And he ran for Hawaii State House of Representatives in 2004, which he won. And as a representative, he continued to be an emergency room doctor.
Oh, did both at the same time?
Yeah. I imagine it was shit trying to schedule him for the hospital, honestly. So the doctor's not here. He's doing a law, government stuff. You're gonna have to wait for your other specialist who might not be on the island. But if he thought he could do more as a legislator to help doctors, well, then all power to him, I guess.
You know, intentions at least were good.
Served 2 terms in the House of Representatives. He chaired the Committee of Health. Oh, then he was elected to the State Senate in 2008. So he just kept going up every time. He chaired the Committee of Health and Human Services as a doctor. I imagine that's an obvious pick. He served as the majority floor leader. And all while doing this, he remained the physician. He married a local, Jamie Kunani, Ushirora. See, such a local name. I can't even pronounce it. They're from Kaneohe. They married in 2006. And there they passed, well, in session, they passed, helped pass, the Luke Law, which helps children with autism, apparently. And then one thing I don't like about him is the tobacco and e-cig regulations, which made it illegal to sell tobacco to those under 21.
Oh, he's the reason that everyone who wasn't grandfathered in had to wait till 21.
Yep, who had the, he helped push it. I'm not quite sure he's whole responsible, but even those that weren't grandfathered in couldn't, I remember a couple people who smoked cigarettes and then they couldn't and had to have me buy cigarettes for them again, as if they were fucking high schoolers. It's like, no, I'm not buying for a minor. I technically, legally, I think I am. I don't fucking know, but this guy smokes like a pack a day, and if he doesn't get a pack now, he's gonna go fucking crazy.
It's gonna be real uncomfortable to live with him.
So that happened. And let's play another song. Let's play a song by a great band. A band that I think, even though the last song was called Medicine, I think this song has more relevance to the doctor's life here. This song is called Long Road Home by Black Square, off the album Onward. And do you like ska punk?
Yeah, love ska punk.
Do you love ska punk?
Most of the time.
Well, then you're gonna love this. This is Black Square with Long Road Home.
about time for something new. Laser magic jailers, my adventure on pursuit. It's a long road home. It's a long road home. Well, being out there, it's hard, but it's what I must do. I've learned about myself and I've learned about you. It's a great big world, but people are saying keep on playing a discrimination game. It's a long road home. It's a long road home. It's a long road home, but I'm coming back. I must return the things that I forgot and things that I spent time to learn. Plus your special faces will rose to me. I especially appreciate your company. It's a long road home. It's a long road home. It's a long road home, but I'm coming back. Well, it's a far-off place, but I think that I must go. It's the things I have fun, the things that I must know. These days I get restless about time or something new. So laser magic tailors, my adventure up a school. It's hard, but it's what I must do. I've learned about myself and I've learned about you. It's a great big world, but people are the same. Keep on playing on discrimination game. Oh, oh. Long road home. 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 Long road home.
And that was Long Road Home by the Black Square.
Hell yeah.
And Doctor, in every neighborhood you ever lived in, was there a crack house? Because
they were selling something.
I know that every neighborhood I've ever lived in, and here again, I've only lived in Puna, there was a crack house. Well, maybe not crack, but something.
Yeah, there's always a house dealing something within like maybe a half mile of wherever you're at. Yeah. You know, yeah.
And everybody knows it. Nobody does nothing about it. Right? Because it's fucking scary.
Oh, yeah. Either they're not bothering anyone or you're too terrified. It's one or the other, sometimes both.
Well, for the neighborhood, usually it's both. Oh, Mister's got his ukulele here. Play us a song, Mr. Ukulele Man.
Oh, that's out of tune. Never mind.
Play us a song, Mr. Ukulele Man. Play us a song on this podcast. Play us a song to warm our jowls and so we all sing along.
I'm playing the tuning song right now.
This is the tuning song, Ukulele Man. I'm tuning the song right now. 'Cause all boys have fleas.
My dog has fleas. Her name is Yoshime. She's a black belt in karate.
Hey, yo.
Working for the city.
We need you, Yoshime.
She has to discipline her body. 'Cause she knows that It'd be tragic
It'd be tragic.
if those evil robots win. I know she can't beat them. Oh, Yoshime, they don't believe me. But you won't let those robots eat me, Yoshime. They don't believe me. But you won't let those robots defeat me, Yoshime.
That was Ukulele Man with an original song,
It's a cover.
an original cover called
Ukulele cover.
Yoshime, Destroyer of Giant Robots, by a band
Battles
called
the Pink Robot, Part 1.
Yes. Luckily, we're sponsored by them. That's why we did this.
Thank you for the $3 payout.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Let's after that ad break, let's get back to it. Dr. Green here. Dr. Green. You know, I'm technically part of the Green Party, and as soon as I said it says Green for governor, we're fucked. all the propaganda, all of the recognition goes to this Green. And if there was any other signs that said green, they'd be thinking it's going to this fucking Green. So nobody fucking ran because we're fucked. At least that's what I believe. I didn't run because why would I fucking run? Have you heard this fucking podcast? You know how many fucking times I've sworn in this fucking sentence? I'm just saying, I don't think I'd do very well.
I mean, you're probably fucked, all things considered.
I'm not saying I don't have great ideas. I have amazing ideas. I have ideas that would blow your ass through your face kind of ideas. But I'd probably present them in that exact sentence, and so it wouldn't go over very well. All right, where are we going? Oh, yes. And he won Physician of the Year in 2013. So big man. Got his awards going on. He got a bunch of awards I'm not even going to mention because they're all kind of like Legislator of the Year. Like, who the fuck gives out these awards?
Legislators give them to themselves.
Of course they do, because they all think they're fucking celebrities. In 2018, he ran for lieutenant governor and won and became lieutenant governor to our current governor, David Ige. As lieutenant governor, he was tasked with addressing the chronic homelessness in Hawaii, calling on to use, his, I don't know, somehow calling on his physician background to address mental illness and addiction. Okay, that makes more sense.
There's a line through there that you can follow.
There's a line somewhere. It's more connection, more dots there than the Republican had with the corruption, red or blue. There's dots there. There wasn't a line. But still, I don't know. Seems like
tentative.
He's got all these titles and he's getting positions off these titles, which though he's won every position and won a shit ton of awards. So I imagine he's competent. Like, I'm talking shit, but like, he seems pretty competent.
Probably more competent than I am.
Same.
All things considered.
Ditto. But yeah, he's tasked to address the chronic homelessness problem, which, if I'm to speak honestly, is about the same. Some maybe a bit worse, but it's always been getting worse. I haven't seen a year go by. It's gotten better since I've been alive.
Yeah, I can vouch for the same. It's like year over year, it's just the homelessness problem just gets significantly worse because prices keep jacking up.
Yeah.
And there's fewer homes, even though more homes get built.
Yep. And no, let's play a twofer. I got two great songs. One I think is probably fait accompli. It's meant to be played. It's already been played in our heads, just because talking about rent and the price of living in Hawaii. So I believe I have to play this song. This is Rent by Pepper off the album No Shame. I think I used this song, but it sounds cool when I say it.
Rent to the landlord, baby. That's his business. That's his business. That's his business. Rent to the landlord, baby. That's his business. That's his business. That's his business. Papa used to tell me it was the electric, the electric, the electric. Mama used to tell me it was so expensive. It's expensive just to live. And the money's always gone. Papa working so hard just to get paid. We make money to spend. People want, people need, 'cause it never ends. Now baby, it takes money, my friend. People need, people want, 'cause it never ends. I slip to the bottom of my empty pocket, empty pocket, empty pocket. Slip to the bottom of my empty pocket, empty pocket, empty pocket. Overdrawn again, feeling insufficient, insufficient, insufficient. How many more times must I sing this song? Oh, and the money's always gone. Mama working so hard just to get paid. We make money to spend. People want, people need, 'cause it never ends. Now baby, it takes money, my friend. People need, people want, because it never ends. Be electric, boy, be electric. Rent to the landlord, baby. That's his business, that's his business, that's his business. How could I ever thank you, my girl? When the money's always gone. Now I'm working so hard just to get paid. We make money to spend. People want, people need, 'cause it never ends. Now baby, it takes money to spend. People need, people want, because it never ends. Yeah, it takes money, as everyone knows. Here it comes, there it goes. Here it comes, there it goes. It takes money, as everyone knows. Cost is high, pay is low. Cost is high, pay is low. My mama working so hard just to get me by. How could I ever thank you, my girl?
That was Rent by Pepper off the album No Shame, which also could be our national anthem, but it's less respectful. But you know, it's fucking awesome. It's I love listening to that. That's far more than just a regular ska song too, instrumentally as well. That has like multiple grooves interweaving with each other. It's pretty good.
Surprising they built it off of just like 4 chords. There's a lot more going on, just because of the push and pull of the groove.
Yeah, they have like multiple grooves again that interweave with each other real nicely.
Yeah, it's an honest song too. Growing up like that, just like money was always gone, no matter what you did. You know, you owed money everywhere just to kind of get by.
Yep. And just trying to, stay afloat. I mean, buying a house here, fuck, that's a dream I can't even imagine. So maybe one day I'll inherit something if I befriend the right people.
I got lucky. That's how I got mine.
Oh, but it's not. I'm not gonna be able to buy it.
Yeah.
Even like I'm making a living construction. It's not bad. It's actually a lot better than living than the service industry. Yeah, it's never gonna happen. And that's just everything's so goddamn expensive here. It really does kick out all the lower classes just because they can't feed each other. Those who replace them are like upper middle class Americans moving into these ticky tacky homes I helped build
Mm-hmm.
and change the whole landscape of the islands. It's the definition of gentrification, but across the whole island.
It's just like this gradual like march towards that constantly.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people have to move, and it's I don't blame them. Fuck. I miss them. I miss them dearly. I don't talk to people much, so even on the internet, I don't talk to people. Sorry.
All right.
Let's get back to this. This is oh yeah. So he was this guy was lieutenant governor during the outbreak of COVID. And as someone who is real close to the governor and has a doctoral background, he was appointed the main liaison between like the physicians and the hospitals and the government. And his advice was taken for the most part to address the problems.
Seems fitting. Put a doctor on a medical problem.
Yeah, and so, but that gives the Republicans are fighting against the quarantine, destroyed small businesses, and was overall too extensive, and we could have done less, we could have done better. This will be his direct responsibility they're attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of some vague persons that some people, instead of some vague
nebulous kind of power system that made decisions.
Yeah, it'll be this guy. Thank you. See, and so I guess, and 2 years later, he thinks he did an all right job. I think he did an all right job. I'm not dead. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's shit all around. I shouldn't be joking.
I think the closures were helpful. Honestly, it's just parts of the economy tanked, but better human life be preserved and spared than than the alternative by just flinging the gates open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 years later, he decided to run for governor. And he's won. He's basically climbed the ladder. Every 4 years, climbing the ladder, and he seemed to be competent in every rung of the ladder. And so this seems like a natural evolution, I guess. So now I told you about his life so far. What do you think of this contender, this man in blue?
He's an outsider. It's not ideal, but at the same time, it seems like he's at least competent and made decisions that were mostly based morally and to do good. It's hard to fault someone who decided to be a doctor in one of the more underserved communities in an already underserved community.
Seems like he's winning you over a bit.
More or less.
Well, let's talk about his plans and what he thinks are the issues. But let's play another song. Let's play a song by you know let's play a song by the late ones called "These Troubled Streets." Oh no, just "Troubled Streets." A band from Oahu, fucking awesome. Uh, you know, maybe this is could be a first-hand account of what he sees. Maybe I'm projecting that. Maybe I just want an excuse to play this song. Yes, 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 and not in that order.
I see the troubles in the streets, but I know there's love somewhere in your heart. I see the seeds the youths have sown, so I know what they will reap. I know what they will reap. I see trouble in these streets for that almighty dollar. We looking to make a dollar. I do it for blue collar workers that's in the grind on the brink of losing their mind. They tempted to turn to crime. We gon' make it in due time, but not if you let it slip away like your last chance on the last play in the last game. My nigga, my last name is the last thing I will bring upon pain. Don't drive a Lamborghini, but tend to stay in my lane. I don't wanna look back anymore and see that ball and chain. Instead, I wanna look to the sky and ball with my mains. My blood seeps through the page. Word is all that remains. You ain't putting up the shots, but showing up for the game. I see the troubles in the streets, but I know there's love somewhere in your heart. I see the seeds the youths have sown, so I know what they will reap. I know what they will reap. Hey, so while y'all playing games, I'm trying to maintain my family and friends, the only thing that's on my brain. I'm kinda insane, but I'm in a different lane. G.O.D. seems to be the only thing that keeps me tame. And I'm a chill type of fellow, I'm swell though. I'm hella wavy all the time, bigger veil, bro. I'm tired of patiently waiting, I feel like I'm sedated, motivated, and I'm ready for this race, kid. You know what it is, TLO, we handle biz. Instrumentals, good vibes, getting by, that's how we live. Heads high, we don't bother looking down. The fire burn late ones from the cloud. People dying every second, every minute, while I'm trying to make $1 million just to give it to my children. Making music, showing people how we living. I'm like a drug, and when I spit, you get the feeling. I see the troubles in the streets, but I know there's love somewhere in your heart. I see the seeds the youths have sown, so I know what they will reap. I know what they will reap. And they think they've got I and I. Through what I ran was drugs and lies. The youth know the truth, them can hide, them can hide, them can hide.
That was "Troubled Streets" by the late ones off the fourth quarter. Oh, and again, that is a personal reflection I impose upon anybody I like. Oh yeah, his plans, what he thinks is the problem, what he thinks he has plans to do. We've discussed probably the biggest one. I think both candidates see this as the biggest problem. It's housing. Because again, every year nothing's gotten better. There's been all kinds of plans, all kinds of ways of making affordable housing. Keep hearing that fucking word, affordable housing.
No, it's never affordable. It's always relative. Affordable for who?
Yeah, it could be for mainland families. Not like we don't want them, but they're fucking the only ones who could fucking live here after a while. So he has a plan. He has a plan to address the homelessness, cost of living, education, address Native Hawaiian. He has a plan for everything. So he says. He says there's tens of thousands of illegal vacation rentals, empty investor units flood our state, reduce the supply of affordable housing and inflate prices, which is true.
Yeah.
Luxury developments consume land and infrastructure resources, and military housing allowance further impacts supplies. All right, his big thing, his thing right immediately. The other guy's big thing was, cut this whole section of the government to ease regulations, make buildings go faster. But of course, we realize buildings going faster is just for really, it's an incentive for land development, and those who go after it for ease of living will probably be screwed.
Oh
This
yeah,
guy's plan,
for sure.
This guy's plan is to make an immediate executive order to tell people to hurry up. I'll help cut through red tape and streamline the approval process. And then hurry up, hurry up. That's his plan.
Not a very effective sounding plan.
An executive order to tell them to hurry up. Which since you cut red tape and stuff, but that's essentially what he's telling you. Like, do what you're doing, but hurry up. But he also has plans of building what are called Kauhala communities, which he describes as little shacks in a community setting, where there's a shared kitchen, but everybody has their own living situation. Kind of like the little shack I'm living in now. Not much bigger than a 12 by 12 structure, maybe smaller, but built a bunch of these tiny homes in a community setting and rent them out for $200, which honestly is the best plan I've heard so far.
I mean, it would work
Yeah.
fundamentally.
I mean, it might
it
not
wouldn't be
work
the nicest situation.
for everybody who's homeless,
Yeah.
because they live in a state-run community which will be policed for drugs and any sort of crime, which for those who can afford to rent the $200, probably some of them are getting that through selling weed. A lot of them are probably smoking a lot of weed, which government functions still disallow people for having that on, in their drug tests. And if they're caught with that, they'll be kicked out of the community. Again, they'll be policed. But again, $200, much better than any other plan out there. As far as
it might at least allow a certain subset of the population a little bit of a safety net.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, that's for people not homeless, but in kind of my situation. The working people who are living in people's houses or with friends, contributing. They've got jobs, but they don't have two or three to
afford a single place for themselves.
Yeah, and that's basically just a bit cheaper than my rent, and I live in a 12 by 12 shack. So I think it'll definitely help out the community. It will lessen the homeless population. It won't eliminate the homeless population.
Honestly, a little bit of progress is better than zero.
Yeah.
Which is what we've been getting for basically every consistent cycle of new governor. It might be a good stepping stone. Maybe there'll be some government program to incentivize cutting that $200 rent for some kind of benefit program,
Yeah.
You could work within those boundaries if there's enough housing.
Yeah. There's just certain rules that they'll have to follow, which I guess it's a compromise, but it really shouldn't have to.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to be at all.
And again, much better plan than, build more affordable housing. That's always been the plan. And it just contributes to more gentrification.
That's a big fight. Just trying to prevent gentrification on the islands to keep the native population still there.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of shipping them out to the mainland,
Yeah, we need an economic future. Instead of, they have the two big industries in the island, the military and tourism. It's either die for the white man or serve the white man. And that's not hyperbole. You need to diversify the economy. We need to get people jobs, because anybody who's smart moves to the mainland.
Yeah.
That's why there's no specialists here. It's too fucking hard to live here. And there's much better paying jobs on the mainland.
Sort of this constant brain drain,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a huge thing on the cost of living. He thinks Mr. Green thinks, he could like get people jobs in, green energy, solar, wind farms, more expanding of that, commit even harder to faster, 100% off of fossil fuel.
Makes sense for out here.
Yeah,
but cost of shipping it over, it's just garbage.
I agree, but they need a plan. They need a government.
Yeah.
Like, they can't just tell people to buy more solar panels, buy electric cars. Especially
they've got to supply that shit.
Yeah. At least that's what I think. I think if you're really serious about this, you got to supply that to the population. You can't just rely on them to buy something that's more expensive, probably less useful and efficient, and probably harder to recharge for the betterment of. Well, I'm sure some people do that, but it's not economical for them.
Yeah, most people are living hand to mouth. They can't afford something above the bare minimum. And what's the bare minimum is going to be something powered by gasoline, because that's what's cheap. You can get an old car. You're going to heat your house with whatever is feasible,
Mm-hmm. Let's play another song. This guy named Karl Marx. Arbor Marx. He has some ideas one might call radical, maybe even a bit, there's another R word, revolutionary, maybe. You be the judge. Allegedly. This is Howl by Arbor Marx, off the album Beautiful Mess.
Welcome to the new strange, farewell civility, climate change quick, unrest and hostility, dawn of the robots and surveillance capitalism, out to grab it, busy keep it captive, holding your attention to screen time memes and dopamine dreams, human data stream beta, all about the cream, cause cash rules everything profoundly, signing off the lawless pursuit of headhunters seeking bounty, algorithmic voodoo, polarizing people by creating new realities that mirror back the worldviews, wake the murder, the prophecies once wrote, were the notes sounding off the alarm to heal the folk. Lean hard on the curve of the spiral Fibonacci, unlearning everything this society has taught me. Hands in the dirt, heart never second guess. Let the gunfire settle the smoke and decompress. White light, touch, scroll, artificial unintelligence, show, hold. We discover basic elements, divided we sleep, run wild like you needed and howl up from the deep. White light, touch, scroll, artificial unintelligence, show, hold. We discover basic elements, divided we sleep, run wild like you needed and howl up from the deep. Flashback, into the crowds and the heat. Now the smoke of the thicket growls chaos in the streets. People struggling to breathe under lock and knees. Sucker punched by injustice in the land of the free. Take a standing knee to recover this republic. Make equality more than just a politician's luncheon. Face the slave history that built this nation. Take a good hard look at the meaning of reparations. After abolition came the mass prison system. America the savior, perpetrator, and the victim. Truth is always evident, slipping through the cracks in a system built on serving the wealth of the upper class. Fiction trumps facts, put a flame up to the gas. Reduce a new religion, a spin to empty ash. Damage can't last if we come together. Vocal love wins in the fight to live Pono. White, light, touch, scroll, artificial, unintelligent, choke, hold. We discover basic elements, divided we sleep, run wild like you made it and howl up from the deep. White, light, touch, scroll, artificial, unintelligent, choke, hold. We discover basic elements, divided we sleep, run wild like you made it and howl up from the deep. High waters, take a deep dive like an artist. Let the ripples break the chains of our national catharsis. Fight for the right, for the fight to want what you believe in is the reason that carries through every season. Deeper to the feeling, sleepless but still dreaming. Ghost walk through the desert to wake up a chased demon. Antichrist and angel live in every human being. Finger heavy on the trigger, but the enemy's in me. Set this legacy free to create and reimagine. One people linking up in trust and understanding. Peace on the planet always starts from within. Where you plant the seed is where it begins. White, light, touch, scroll, artificial, unintelligent, choke, hold. We discover basic elements, divided we sleep, run wild like you made it and howl up from the deep. White, light, touch, scroll, artificial, unintelligent, choke, hold. We discover basic elements, divided we sleep, run wild like you made it and howl up from the deep.
That was Howl by Arbor Marks off the album Beautiful Mess. Man's from Elo, tells it like it is. Keep having the same fucking problem. I have a word in my head and it disappears as soon as I reach for it.
You know, elusive words.
But he's worried about the future. I'm worried about the future. Everyone's worried about the future because, well, there's historic once in a millennia droughts that have been happening around the world and more flooding to turn like a river into a bay in South Asia. And it does look like we have pretty much failed on the climate change. I don't know if us going to solar, his plans are to, like, build more charging stations around the islands, build incentives to have solar, improve our, all those regular stuff. But it's hard not to feel doomed about, climate change, especially when you see shit on the news.
Yeah, I mean, where I'm at right now, the Salt Lake, the Great Salt Lake, is slowly drying up, and will inevitably turn Salt Lake City into more of an unlivable wasteland than it already is.
So it's just gonna be salt. There's gonna be no lake. It's just gonna be salt, the salt bed, which will probably be mined, and then probably Salt Lake City will become a boom town and mining that salt until there's no more salt. Then everything dies.
Be a dust bowl.
I'm not pessimistic about humans, am I?
At this point, it's probably realistic.
Yeah, I feel like we failed. Capitalism is the one that's destroying the environment. Our need for money has always led to us exploiting the environment for whatever niche makes us money. Cost to the environment be damned. And we failed to address that. We have failed to address that for decades and decades. We've known about climate change. We've known the effects of carbon in the atmosphere. And we've always push the problems on the consumer. Oh, use less light, use less energy using light bulbs, less pressure in your water. Buy local. Uh, buy local is probably the best one because you don't go through the huge global supply chain that will bring you that energy efficient light bulb. No, I'm the. It's hard not to be a doomer about this shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
Here, another song, just about, I don't know, being a doomer, I guess. This is Order of the White Rose, them live at Stella Blues. This is called World is Burning Down. There we go. There's some punk rock for you. Welcome to the PUNAtic Punk Rock Podcast, everybody. We got punk rock again. That was World Burning Down, and that did lift my spirits a little bit. All right, let's move on. He's got more plans. He wants to help. He feels like he's on the good side of history. He wants to help. He wants to improve education, And we were talking about last time how our education sucked balls.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's bad for everybody.
I love the teachers.
Bad for the students.
I like the
bad
students.
For the teachers.
But the whole institution could suck my balls. Thank you for teaching me to read and write and do a little bit of arithmetic. To suck my balls. I think any school could do that. Well, not Haas. He sees a problem with our education. Mainly that, there's a lot of problems with our education, but he believes that, all parents should have the ability to send their children to free preschool, which is yeah, I agree. I mean, it's fucking hard. It's better than just hiring a babysitter. Having your child actually learn and socialize in preschool. People say it's just, glorified babysitting. And yeah, it's better babysitting. It's useful babysitting. You can't that is its use. It's parents need that shit.
Your kid's somewhere for the day,
Yeah, and the children need that shit. They need to learn to socialize and learn to be without their parents for a bit. And so free preschool. It's great. He also thinks, you know what? Let's extend that. Free
community college.
Free community college for all residents, which also great. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Especially here, community colleges are used for mostly trade skills, which is hella useful.
Oh, yeah.
Actually improve the lives of everybody, especially if you don't have to worry about having to pay for, while looking for a job. It sucks. And when you don't have the skills. So from pre-K to community college, he plans that all to be free, which I hardly endorse.
Yep, same here.
And I got the perfect song for this campaign. This is from a band called No Good. Or no, band is called Not Good. With their song here, Take Me to School.
Don't try me to school. All my time spent in school was a waste of time. Never followed the rules, always stepped out of line. Almost hurt me, almost killed me, almost lost my mind. This burning heart just killing me. Don't take me to school.
Not Good with Take Me to School.
I said that was pretty good.
They wouldn't agree, but you know, who the fuck are they besides the people who made the song? Yeah, and so with this like initiatives, he's gained a flood of endorsements, you know, from the teachers union, from the longshoremen's union, the big one, and a few other unions, and so has his running mate, who has won a chance to be lieutenant governor, Sylvia Luke. Heard of her? Do you know of her?
Nope.
Well, apparently she's been in office forever. Let's find her biography. She is born in 1967 in Seoul, South Korea, and attended Wananakoa Middle School and graduated from Roosevelt High School in 1985. So, born in Korea, raised here. Got her bachelor's at UH Manoa. Got her doctorate from the San Francisco School of Law. And then in 1998, when Republican Representative Quentin Quananakoa retired, there was an open seat. She ran unopposed and won. 2008.
Unopposed, pretty easy to win.
And then 2 years later, she ran unopposed. And then 2 years later, she ran unopposed. Then 2 years later, she ran against a Republican and won. And then 2 years later, ran unopposed. She now currently chairs the House Finance Committee but has served on other notable committees, such as, and she's also notable as Vice Speaker of the House, uh, Chair of the House Committee Judiciary. She has all kinds of titles in government. She's down to increase the minimum wage and make a bigger budget for education. And that's all I know about her. I know she's got a bunch of union endorsements. She's won a lot of unopposed elections, and she's down to raise the minimum wage. You know what? That's pretty cool. Lieutenant Governor. That's all I need to know.
Sometimes it's all you need.
Mm-hmm. And those are our two fighters in the ring this November, I believe. Do you have any plans? How will you fight them off in the most bloody match of the century? I was told by your publicist.
Here's what we'll do. We're instigate a debate about Reaganomics, and then I'm gonna have the big buff oily man rip their arms off.
So you are planning on oiling them up?
I just need more oil. I'm working on the oil right now. We only use extra virgin olive oil. It's very important. Makes the skin red.
You do now know now you're open to sabotage, because I imagine there's somebody who has a lot of connections in big extra virgin olive oil. Big extra virgin.
You know, I'll just make fun of them for being that virgin.
But yeah, those are our two candidates and their lieutenants. One I obviously like better. Honest thoughts, I think nothing much will change for either of them.
Yeah, likely not. But I'll probably take the side that is not openly trying to screw me.
Yeah. There's been lately like news reports that Josh Green has, said, if the Republicans get elected, they could, reverse the abortion laws. And technically, yeah, that's true. But then the Republicans go, whoa, whoa, whoa. We never said anything about abortion. Sure, we believe abortion is evil and shit, but, we never said anything about abortion.
We were just going to do it without saying, guys.
Yeah, or at least we could. We want the power to be able to do something about it. But we never said anything about it. So that's been on the news. And yeah, I'm not likely to vote for them for the red.
You know,
As far as harm reduction, probably the blue.
Sometimes that's all you can do, because blue and green are the same right now.
Yeah, it literally is. Blue and green are the exact same. Green needs to get more radical, more revolutionary. He needs to get in touch with the kids. Oh, don't touch the kids.
Allegedly.
Green was connect with them on an ideological level. Yes, saved that.
What are they gonna do? Make TikToks?
But yeah, that's our choice, and it's pretty obvious who might win. But the underdog might take it. It might be an interesting fight. We might see like the fight of a century rather than someone just getting knocked down again. Same as last time he was up, and the last time he was up. This guy likes being beaten down.
He gets knocked down, and he gets up again.
Never gonna get knocked down. Well, I think I have a fitting, appropriate song to end our election coverage 2022. We might come back to recap what actually happened, how the fight went in the ring later this year. But tonight, we'll end with this. And I believe you are very familiar with the song. This is From the Valley to the Ocean by the one, the only Ginger Fresh.
all my youth for the science. Took what I learned, then I made it mine. Been roaming around, been grazing in the meadows. That sunsets in the plains, that panhandle I was raised. I put my coins in the wishing well. I had to set sail, I had to bail, I had to sail, I had to say farewell, I had to prevail. I had to sail, I had to bail, I had to say farewell, I had to prevail. I had to sail, I had to bail, I had to say farewell, I had to prevail. I had to sail, I had to bail, I had to say farewell, I had to prevail. So I moved to the mountains and the rivers. I said, fuck organized religion. I was heading to the hot springs with the snow falling. My first lover was falling for you. We were taking trips to New Mexico. Young, love, and intoxicated. Rolling on the highway, black Honda Civic. These memories vivid. Cause we were living. And we were given a piece of our lives. Cause we were living. And we were given. We were living that good life. Cause we were living. And we were given. We were given a piece of our lives. We were living and we were given. We were living that good life. That young love, intoxicating that young love, so captivating that young love. Where we first met that young love, I got no regrets, that one love. For humankind, that one love. Gotta use my mind, one love, my body, my soul. That one love, that one love. From the valleys to the ocean, to the people that are hosting. From the jungle to the beaches, the Pacific, where we live in. We practice that aloha. We take it where we go. We take it down the road. I know my roots are gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. My roots are gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. They're gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. My roots are gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. They're gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. My roots are gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. They're gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. My roots are gonna grow. I know my roots are gonna grow. They're gonna grow. Living that HI 808 life. Living that HI, all these bloodlines. Living in the HI, we're trying to get by. Living in the HI, opened up my mind. Living up the HI, they call it paradise. Living in the HI, you gotta pay the price. Living in the HI, the greed and the poverty. Living in the HI, people want their sovereignty. Living in the HI, full of sunshine. Living in the HI, lucky we alive. Living in the HI, to me it's not a state but a state of mind, a state of mind. Living in the HI, to me it's not a state but a state of mind, a state of mind. Living that HI 808 life. Living that HI 808 life. Living that HI, they call it paradise. Living in the HI, you gotta pay the price. Living in the HI, full of sunshine. Living in the HI, lucky I'm alive. Living in the HI, the greed and the poverty. Living in the HI, people want their sovereignty. Living in the HI, to me it's not a state, but a state of mind, a state of mind. Living in the HI, to me it's not a state, but a state of mind, a state of mind.
That was Ginger Fresh with From the Valleys to the Ocean. That is all the time we have for you tonight in this pre-game to the slug match, the cage, Thunderdome that will happen live at one and only PUNAtic Punk Rock TV, broadcasting to you from deepest, darkest Puna. Just look for it. You'll find it. It's between stations. If you stare at the static long enough, you will definitely be staring at static. But maybe you'll
got to make it to channel 0. That's where it is. Channel 0.
0.5, actually.
0 and like 0.3 repeating.
Yeah, it's really, you kind of like tickle you gotta have a TV button and you gotta kind of tickle it so it's not quite going up a channel, but it's still moving. Oh, that's how you'll find us. And there you'll find the truth to life's questions. Like, where's my ego? Nobody has seen my ego. I've been asking around. I can't find my ego.
I let go of it.
You fucker. And I hope I leave you more educated than we started. That's my only goal. And to play some awesome music. What do you think of the music? I thought I've made a pretty good selection tonight.
Yeah, I dug the music tonight. It was nice and thematic, and it's always good to hear like the squids and shit.
And as far as are you more aware of local political things now?
Yeah, I knew nothing about what was going on, and now I know something.
Yeah, I mean they're more than just names on a billboard now. I hope.
Yeah,
Hope you
for
can
sure.
associate them with some of their programs, their attitudes, and who they are and where they're from. When you see that name on the side of the road with nothing else but a fucking name.
Some guy shakaing.
Yeah. Hey, who's that guy? I don't know. But he gave me a shaka, so I shaka back. All right. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Deadbeat. We hope you survive.
You know, someday I'll survive. Survive the Mormons.
Got to get them in a cage match. All of them. One
Oh,
by
they don't
one.
like confrontation. I'd win
That's
every
why
fight.
the cage. You think we would allow this wily bastards to escape? No, they have magic underwear. We're not taking any chances. Anyway, mahalo nui aloha. Good night.
Living that H-808 life. Living that H-808 life. Living that H-I, they call it paradise. Living in the H-I, you gotta pay the price. Living in the H-I, full of sunshine. Living in the H-I, lucky I'm alive. Living in the H-I, the greed and the poverty. Living in the H-I, people want their sovereignty. Living in the H-I, to me it's not a state, but a state of mind, a state of mind. Living in the H-I, to me it's not a state, but a state of mind, a state of mind.